So the good trouble conversation I wanted to bring into the space.
Okay.
I take it from our former heroes, our last fallen soldier, one of our last fallen soldiers, who used the phrase "get into good trouble." So I have found a way that has brought the good trouble into my life,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
and it's not what it sounds like.
Okay. Tell the people, brother.
Lord have mercy. I gotta pray on this one. So that our health, we're Black people. Our health is very important.
Yes.
We come from a people that learned how to cook food that was about helping us work in the field, and we were given the scraps and had to figure out how to make stuff work and be good and taste good. And we figured it out.
Yes, we did.
We know how to cook. We know how to cook. We know how to cook. We know how to fry anything possible, you know. And that comes even from our earlier heritage before we got here,
Mm.
you know. So my why I say good trouble because it's a dilemma, but it's also a beautiful thing.
Okay.
Ooh. So you've been in a Baptist church, right?
Yes, I have.
Now, have you been in the Baptist church after service when they have food
Mm-hmm.
or repast or
Mm-hmm.
somebody's aunt house
Mm-hmm.
or anything? Now it's always one lady that's mean in two ways. Mean in the cooking and just a mean person. You don't understand her like meanness. So I have a new, I think it's a friend, I can't tell, at the shop right. At the shop right round the way. Woo! So it all started the first day I went over. I was like, "Hi, let me take us back.
Mm.
You walk in the shop right, and the smell hits you. What smell I'm talking about?
You smell food that's coming from the place where they got the grill and everything. Bunch of
Yeah,
different scents. They could be frying fish, they could be frying chicken, they could be grilling jerk, it could be a number of different things.
exactly. So, and it's strategic at the shop right I go to over on Fox. You walk right to the right. It's right there, and it's just like, hello, welcome. It's like, oh man, and so the first day I went over there, I was like, "Hi, I ain't got nothing left. I ain't got nothing left." And she turned around. I was like, "Okay." It just kept it moving. And then I went. She's great. She wears a little pink Eagles hat. Went back the next day. Yes, um, may I? May I have some wings? Okay, but this is all I have left over here right now. What do you want? And I was like, "May I have a wing and a breast?" Okay. Turned around, came back, and handed me the bag. And she goes, "Here you go." And it's a thigh and a leg up in there too. I know, and I was like, "What?" Like, and I was like, "What'd she say?" Like, I thought I was lost. I was like, I must have misheard, and I'm just gonna pay because you got to pay right. So I'm gonna pay and
Mhm,
walk away and get out of here because I ain't trying to get nobody mad at me. I'm trying to behave. This is a
mhm.
Black woman. I have to have respect. Just
Yeah.
comment like that. So I go there again, and it's a young girl. And ain't nothing like the insouciant Black girl in Philadelphia.
Mhm.
If anybody doesn't know, she just don't give a. And she just sitting there, oh, what you want? Okay, can I get, like that kind of thing? You sitting, you in your best behavior. And all of us are in line because we're waiting there and they had just finished everything. I have it timed. I know what time to go into the market. Okay.
Yo, okay.
Chicken is fresh out the grease.
You official,
That's,
brother. That's the equivalent to the red light being on at Krispy Kreme.
exactly.
Brother. You know when it's fresh. Okay.
Like I said, good trouble.
I'm
Good
digging it.
trouble. Because this is not something you should have every day.
Mm-mm.
And it shouldn't even be once a week. It should be once in a while. But for me, it's been more than once a week.
Mm.
Because I've come back to Philadelphia
Mm-hmm.
and my palate was born and raised here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I know I had to go to the right place to get the right hoagie, right place to get the right cheesesteak. And I've been getting, so I've been doing it all.
Mm.
I even like had to get like the right, those like grandma lemon pies from Tasty Cake.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, okay. Uh-huh.
I had
Uh-huh.
to get those too.
Take me back,
You
brother.
know?
Mm-hmm.
Right, right, right. So I'm sitting here doing that. So this is when I said, it's like, I gotta talk to Mikael because I think I just got in some good trouble right here. So I walk up and it's a line of people. And I'm like, oh man, here we go. Should I get in this line? Do I want? I'm not saying like I don't need this, but I want it. I'm like, I don't need. I'm gonna get it. And then I look, and it's a tray of macaroni and cheese. And it's not like you know how you go out and you see a macaroni and cheese and it's like, oh, I'll do it. But this was like that's somebody's grandma made that.
Oh yes.
Like
Yes.
that, like brown, just enough in the right spot.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Yes. And the cheese just right. I was like, do they have government cheese again? Because it was so good. It was so good. I was like, how does ShopRite got government cheese? Where y'all get government cheese from? You know. So I go over there, and it's a young girl checking people out, and there's a few people in line, and this and that and the third. Everybody trying to set up, and this one brother, oh, I felt bad for him. This kind of thing. Everybody was like, ooh. He's like, I need to get a 2 8-piece meals, and she do. Does it look like I have enough for that? I do not have enough for that. I don't have that. like, and I'm sitting here like, this ain't your house. Right. And everybody was like, yeah, brother, she don't have that. Like how it is. It's how it is. It's how it is.
Like,
right. And then this other woman came in, and it's funny because we all were like nervous. We want our stuff. We all stand. We're trying to behave. And we were on the way. So little touch screens that don't work. And you in line, and there's two people up there just acting. This is another Philadelphia thing. I gotta talk to y'all. Like when y'all are out at a restaurant and ordering, this ain't your house. So ease up on all the specifications. Yeah, I don't want that to touch that. Is that your house? You get your order, keep it moving. Y'all Philadelphians love y'all ordering. Love y'all ordering. Can I need a glass with ice and no lemon, but not a lot of ice, a little bit of ice. And no. Just ask for ice and lemon, taste the ice, put on the napkin. And nobody got time for all that because Philadelphians, they love the ordering. So we're in there, and this woman walks up, and she's like, how does this work? How does this work? How does this work? She kind of loud and wrong. And we're like, oh, well, the screen don't work. And she made a mistake and with her phone. She said, excuse me, that's a question. Girl was like, you don't see that line, girl? You don't see that line. Like she don't, grandma don't play. She don't play. So this is the moment, and I'll stop my little story here, when I realized I am in good trouble. I was like, I was looking, I want to look and not ask what I don't have. And I thought I saw some wings. May I have some wings? Do you see wings in here? I don't have any wings. I don't have any wings. I can't believe you asked me for that. And I'm saying, like, this woman hates me. She hates me. I'm like, what did I do? Did I speak out of turn? I call her ma'am, lower my voice and get the tone and real calm. Even do a little code switch because I don't want to sound too uppity. Like all of that is in place. And then so I said, okay, then Matt, I said, can I have 2 breasts then? He said, okay. This is the moment I was like, I've officially crossed over to good trouble. I see her put 2 breasts in a bag. And then I see her put 2 more breasts in a bag. And so she's the one taking it. And mind you, she also was like, order from back there. Don't get too close. Tell me your order from over there. Next, don't stay right there. Just tell me your order. She don't play. And so I went over there, and so the 2 bags there were 4 chicken breasts. And she takes up and hands to the girl, our Sushan black girl, check it out. She's like, 2 breasts. And the girl's like, no, I said 2 breasts. It's 2 breasts. And the girl was like, running me out. And I put it in the bag, and I was like, and I got my whole food bag. I'm like, I don't want to take plastic. I'm gonna use my own bag. I look at it that for one. And there's so much going on. And I kind of back away. And with 4 chicken breasts, what am I gonna do with 4 chicken breasts? Because I ate them all. You know what I did once with one of them? I cut it up and put it on a salad. And I was like, well, this is like a salad.
Brother, you gotta do it. Now, first of all, when you have a spot that you are family. It's a beautiful thing.
Oh,
It really is a beautiful thing. However,
mm-hmm.
it's extremely dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
It is extremely dangerous. But I applaud you, brother, for having a spot that's close to your crib where you know you're going to be taken care of.
Oh my God.
Auntie is going to hook you up. Grammy going to hook you up. G-Ma in there.
Right.
She whipped it up. G-Ma not playing games.
And I need to acknowledge, admit, when I got home, there's also a little thing of macaroni and cheese in the bag. I do not remember ordering and celebrating. I was like, what? Yay.
Listen, as my grandmother always says, thank God for small favors. Or thank God for little favors, whichever way you want to put it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Listen, they give you your flowers, brother. They saying welcome home. They probably saw the Brown Juice Barbershop. They knew you was back for a month. They're like, brother, welcome home. Welcome home.
I love that woman. I love her. I don't even know her name. I don't know her name. And here's what I was thinking, like, oh, that's me overreacting. But I had a moment this morning. Because I went there this morning to pick up something. I was going to watching a game with the boys. So I made some food and I go to the market in the morning, blah, blah, blah. And I go in there and I want to like take a picture of her for you, like trying to sneak it. And I walk over and she got a friend that I had never met. And I guess this woman is more in charge of the roasted chicken. And so I'm walking over there and I'm trying to sneak in my picture. And I was like, do you mind if I take a picture of the food for my friend, trying to like stick homegirl in the background? And she goes, what? And I was like, she came outside. She said, look, it ain't gonna be ready till 11:30. This food is not ready until 11:30. So you don't come here trying to get something before 11:30. And yes, ma'am. And what the moment I knew it was real, I saw my girl when she saw me. She did this. She leaned down. I was like, she saw me. And I waved, and I waved, and she just turned. And I was like, oh my God, I have family up in the shop, right?
That's a beautiful thing,
isn't it?
That's
It's
a beautiful thing.
And I don't need to get fried chicken every day. That is not good for our hearts, for our bodies, for everything.
Well, brother, you know, since you've come clean about your good trouble, you know, you've come clean. So you may recall there was a moment in time where we shared a relish meal together.
Oh yeah.
Now, let's just say, after we shared that relish meal together, Amanda and I have had relish several times since. And yeah, you know, I've had lots of cornbread. I've had lots. So here's the thing, brother. And here's the thing. You know, I mean, Amanda likes the cornbread sometimes, but not really as much as I love. I love me some corn. You're gonna eat your cornbread. I love me some cornbread, right? So I might get the meal, have the cornbread, and you have it for dinner. You ain't never had breakfast until you had coffee with cornbread and leftover mac and cheese for breakfast, bruh. For breakfast.
You don't think I had some of my fried chicken for breakfast? Come on. I got four big chicken breasts.
Yo, I mean, I don't know if it's something about this moment that we're in right now, where we really need to draw close to the ancestors, where we really need to love on ourselves through soul food. We know the movie, not the best, problematic, but the spirit of what they were trying to articulate still reigns true.
Exactly.
Eating around some good food that's good for the soul. We weren't talking about the heart. We're not talking about cardiovascular system. We're not talking about all that. Good for the soul, because you feel good.
Oh, you feel great.
You feel good. I'll tell you that much. Flies might land on the food, not on us.
Exactly.
Because we have a soul. Because our food is feeding our soul, brother.
I see what you did there. You brought it all back. That was good. A+. Thank you for coming to class. A+.
Yes, sir.
That's fantastic. Yeah, that is that's wonderful. I think this is what they mean about having conversation and being honest and finding connection. I needed someone else to tell me they're having these problematic breakfasts.
Let's brother. And don't be ashamed.
Oh, no
So
shame.
because it's like I know the menu. I done tried other parts of the menu too. I'm like, I've never had a burger from here before. Maybe I should try it. I mean, it's like, oh, I want some turkey wings. Oh, let's get the turkey wings. Yo, those mashed potatoes, they come with gravy, and you don't need the gravy.
I know.
Where they do that?
I know. And you gotta remember, probably there's some people that like are so happy to be working that they're putting the extra effort in. Because I'm telling you, because that shop, I heard that ShopRite was torn down during the protest. I heard it was torn down. But the Browns brought it back. Supposed to be in there. I love going there. It's a little problematic. They ain't got. I've gone there a few times looking for my broccoli. They don't have broccoli. I had a little moment where I was up handling some business at the ShopRite in Roxborough, and this is real Philadelphia. And I was like, y'all sure have a lot more broccoli than they do over at the other one. But I ain't gonna be mad because that one they got like a wall of greens. And I don't mean what's some hard ones you like? Kale.
Listen, that is Amanda, and I will not be blamed for her. She likes kale. I'm team collard greens all day.
Well, they have a wall of collard greens. They got my smoked turkey, because I make my greens with smoked turkey wings.
Oh yeah.
I ain't got time for the pork in that space. I ain't mad at pork, but not in that space.
No, pork. There's certain things that just don't. No.
Yeah.
No.
And I mean, they just got like a section of smoke. And for me, coming from my neighborhood in the East Village, I had to hunt and gather for my smoked turkey wings for my greens. I had to hunt and gather for my greens, and you get there, and it's like 4 in a bunch, 4 leaves, and a whole bunch, like $7, and it's like collard greens. I'm like, you know what?
Listen,
I remember being a little kid and watching my mother shopping for collard greens.
Oh.
She would break the stems off where she put in the bag and leave them there.
And that's the thing too, because before I was able to be a grown-up adult and have my own greens, you wash them, all this other stuff, I found a can of greens. Don't knock it, brother. Now, I found a can of greens. Now, might be familiar with Glory Greens. Glory Greens, canned greens. Take that bad boy out. Don't read the back label. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Brother, it doesn't matter. I don't know what's in the back of it. I've never read the label, so I really couldn't tell you. But you pour that bad boy in the bowl.
Really?
Now, yes, Glory Greens. Now they have bags where they're like pre-washed greens that you can actually cook yourself. But brother, those canned greens, Glory canned greens.
I don't know. I've walked past that like.
All right. See, one day we got to do a taste test. We have like a little good old home fashion. But brother, which one you think is which? You know. I'm telling you, don't sleep. Those Glory Greens got me through. So when I first started adulting, and I was a mere 22, fresh out of college, at my first gig, and had to go buy my own pots and all that other stuff. Glory Greens, you look real adult. It's like open it, pop, microwave, nuke, or if you want to be fancy, you throw them bad boys in the saucepan. Jazz it up, little thing, do it. Everything's good.
I haven't lived that life, but I'll have to sample it, because I walked past those cans. They got the yams, they got the greens, they got the string beans. Okay.
I can't vouch for the other stuff. I never tried, but them greens good.
Wow. Look, I'm learning new things. I'll try. I ain't gonna tell Auntie about that though.
No.
I'm not telling her about that. I'll get that after. I mean, she you feel smart. She sees me. I'm like, you see me.
Yes.
You see me.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yes.
It's amazing.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. I can't. And I'm as a native New Yorker coming to Philadelphia, I was like, yo, this really is a city of brotherly love. I felt more love, like in that very ShopRite. When I went to go get some crawfish for Amanda, brother behind the joint was like, yo, fam, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, it's mad love. Give a little extra. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yep. Because I can't say I have many other places. And I've been lots of places. You might get a little of it, but not like this. I said, I hope I don't get her in trouble. I'm just thinking about that. She said, I said 2 chicken breasts. I was like, work it out. I ain't saying nothing. Thank you. Bye.
Listen, and you keep coming back, right?
Oh, she
Right.
got my business. But I'm going to balance and take care of my heart and myself. I'm doing a stir fry tonight, with skinless seasoned chicken breast and some veggies. Because I gotta find that balance, my dude. Oh my
Listen,
god.
see.
I was like, when you had 2 and 5 chicken, you start smelling on your pores. That moment, that's what I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta
Somebody frying chicken.
right.
Oh, that's me. That's me. That's me. That's me.
Exactly. And they got wait. They got another little section right before that with the cake lady.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, them
Listen,
big
brother,
old
okay,
humps.
let me talk to you for a second, brother. Let me lean close. I'm gonna lean close, brother. You know, let me lean close. So the rum bunt cake. If you go to ShopRite and you get the rum bunt cake, now they got halves. They got halves. You get a half, but the rum bunt cake. Ooh, I think it might be either rum butter or butter rum bunt cake. Yo, dessert, breakfast with your coffee, side snack for your lunch. Ooh.
See, and this is real. Like, I've been to other places. I've been like I remember being like, oh, I'm gonna try this here, and been like, it's all right, Got raisins in a potato salad, It's like, it's but this it's sister so and so and sister so and so working at these spots, and they, you know,
you find your people because you go to certain spots and it's like this might be a change, but you ever go to a place and you're like it's almost like your barber, right? You want a certain person to cut your hair.
exactly.
You ever go to a certain spot, you're like, nah. Can she make my sandwich?
Exactly.
I need her to make my because I've seen people. I kid you not, went to Fresh Grocer over there, Cheltenham or Wyncote, whatever it's called. Right? And we went and me and Amanda, we wanted to get a 12, was a foot long, or it might have been 2 foot. Might have been a 2 foot. Yo, my goodness, the amount of corned beef they putting on that bad boy. Listen, I had to lift with my legs, bro. I had to lift with my leg. I'm like, you making the sandwich when I come back here.
Exactly. You gotta find it. And I think it also just being in New York for so long, where maybe because there's so much mass produced and so much fast. I had a few spots that were like, okay, hey, I got you. Mm-hmm. But it's like one extra cookie.
Yeah, no.
It ain't like this. It's like, what's this in the bottom of my bag? Oh. Thank you. I didn't know this was here.
Second meal.
Exactly. Or breakfast. Oh.
Listen, and see, if you were here earlier, good brother, there was a spot that is now defunct and shut down. Well, it's actually open now, but under new management and totally different. Not my style, not my lane, whatever the case may be. Save that story for another day. However, that was my local watering hole. I mean, if you want to go there, get the brews, get the brown, get some coffee, whatever, on point. Knew the chef. Chef was hooking it up. Young, dynamic. Ooh, the food was good. Yeah. And if the kitchen's closed, doesn't matter. I can still get a plate. It was almost like endless drinks. Like whatever the case, we had some great nights at that spot.
See, I had that too, and I'm calling out my place in New York City, a place called Feast, and run by Young Cat. First time I went in there, I was like, that guy is really energetic in here. Look at him, like wiping the tables down and taking orders and running around. I was like, that's so nice, and it was a little fancier restaurant, and I remember thinking, oh, that's nice, a young kid is doing that. And I was taking people there, and I took my friend, who is a writer for the New York Times, and he's on like food criticism. He was like, "Hey, idiot, that's the guy who owns the spot." I was like, "The Young Cat." He's like, "Yes." And so I would go in there, and it was called Feast New York, and they had this like had a Asian influence, American influence, and everything else that like thrown in. My dude, they had every time I go there for brunch, they always give me extra something.
Mm-hmm.
And they had this maple bacon.
Ooh.
I remember I was like, maple bacon? Like, I don't know. And I had it, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yes.
Because the maple crystallizes in the heat.
Yes.
Ooh.
If you ever get the chance, brother, when you're going through your ShopRite runs, right? There's some bacon that have the maple bacon.
Mm-hmm.
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 Mix them up, brother.
I got that in the fridge. I mean, what you talking about? The maple smoke with like I'm telling you, that's what happened the first time. The first time. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I know it. I do have to, I want to live.
Yes.
We got to maintain a balance. And I was raised by people who grew up from learning how to cook from people, learning cook people, learned passing it down, people who were looking to work extra hard labor. Especially right now in the COVID universe. Yes, I'm working hard, but I'm sitting in this chair.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not hustling and moving like I was. So the caloric intake has to be maintained and watched. Cause I mean, I have to when I walk in the shop, I have to do like this.
Yeah.
First section, the cake lady and the chicken.
That's how I felt. I'm like, listen, you can only have one treat.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I'm gonna have some brown, you can't have no dessert, brother. I don't care if you don't try to mix it with ice cream and cake and all that. Stop it. You want to have a beer? You can have a beer, brother, but don't try to mix it with no like little chips and all dip and all that. Like, stop it. Like, figure out what you're doing. One or the other. One or the other.
I got to work on the one or the other. I'm not good at the one or the other.
Oh no, it's a battle. It's a constant battle, brother. Some days I fall.
Oh,
some days I slip, but you gotta get back up, brother.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Wow. I feel much better relaying. This is why I do this, because I'm sitting here feeling like, am I the only person in the world cutting up my fried chicken for breakfast? And then
You know me? Listen, brother, real rap, sitting here right now, I'm like, what I'm about to eat afterwards.
Oh, please.
I'm thinking about what I'm about to go get.
Exactly. I also blame you for introducing that Wingstop.
Oh, come on, brother. I had to. Listen. I can't have something that I know is near and dear to me and Amanda, something that we've spent, moments just with eating some food. I gotta let you know, brother.
And you know what it is? It's a different experience from Auntie's Chicken at ShopRite. Because Wingstop or Wingspot, which is
Wingstop.
No, Wingstop. Yeah, because I can't lie, I love wings. You ever did the wing wagon on Flatbush?
No.
Woo! And it's very New York. Like, of course, they have like 20 different types of wings, but I always was traditional mild buffalo.
Okay.
Man, like it's the kind of thing you have to hold the bag like this one on the door, because if you don't, everything's coming through. Just juicy. Even sitting in the little boats.
Yeah.
Is eating through that and eating through the bag. You have to walk out with your bag like that. And I lived down the street from them at one point, and I was like, you know what, I have to. I do what I call them personal moratoriums, where I'm like, no, none of this for a month, because you had it almost every day.
I respect that. So my question for you, brother, is outside of the traditional wing, like you said, do you like spice? Do you go to what's your go-to flavor? Do you like spice a lot or no?
I'm a mild spicy person.
Okay.
I don't like my forehead sweating and my tongue is on fire.
I feel you.
I'm not that person. I can't taste it. I watch people and just like, I don't understand what your experience right there, but I'm respected, but it's different from what I know and understand. So I'm a mild, I like flavor.
So I don't want to get you in more good trouble, but I kind of do. So you're familiar with Iron Hill. Iron Hill Brewery. You're familiar with that. They have chicken wings, which they refer to or call Korean barbecue. It's a little spicy, just a little bit. Some days it might be a little more spicy than others, but I would recommend that. Even more so though, they have a fried chicken sandwich, brother. Now, the fried chicken sandwich you can get with the Korean barbecue on it. Now, I would suggest you do that. And we could compare notes, because for me, that sandwich was on point.
Really?
Fried chicken sandwich, Korean barbecue sauce.
And where is this?
Iron Hill. If you want to take a little venture to Chestnut Hill.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I'm with it. I forgot to mention one of the most important factors. My gift from our number one, Latoya,
Uh-huh.
that hot sauce.
Oh yeah, that truff.
Oof, that on that chicken. I think Latoya and the woman from the market are in cahoots. they were strategic.
She the Toy the hot sauce plug.
he moved to Philly. Okay, I'm gonna get this. You suggest where he moved, and we're gonna make it happen. Because all of a sudden, those two came together, and the plate was like, ah.
Listen. I was talking about truff the other day. Me and man were talking about truff like it was a long lost friend. We're like, yo, remember that time we had that? Yeah, we got. Mm-hmm.
Good. I love it. Mm. Oh, you got me hungry.
Brother, I could talk about food forever.
So could I. So could I.
Ever. Like, I kid you not. Will work for food and drink. That's how I will work for food and drink. It's just that simple, brother. If you give me free coffee, you give me some donuts and bagels and stuff like that, particularly if it's good quality stuff. You know, so when I was traveling back for like admissions, particularly when I was working at Swarthmore, traveling, we get our per diems. I'd live for it. I'm like, I'm gonna stack my day, visit all these schools because I know I got lunch and dinner coming.
Right.
I can get some breakfast and I'm good. Like I'm touring the country. I felt like I was on the Food Network, brother.
Yeah, right.
No, the show wasn't being produced. It was just me.
Yeah,
just me, camera crew myself. And I'm just going around trying all this other. Yo, food? Ooh, don't get me started.
No, I'm with it. I'm that traveling life is all about. It's fun though. For me, it got a little complicated. I had to it took me a while to figure out the magic. Mm-hmm. I was very like getting on stage at 6 p.m. ending at 9. You know, these little small places, 9 o'clock, nothing open. You might get somebody that has like the one good thing is you go places like, oh, what's the way tonight? They put the extra on the plate, so they don't throw it away. That's the other good trouble. But you know, there comes times when you're in places and it's only the strip mall, and you're like, But I'm all for Googling and be like, what's the secret good food spot? You know, and I read the reviews and go through and I drive right there, like, hi, what's up? You know, yeah, I'm with you. The food is a beautiful thing.
Absolutely, especially when you share with people you love.
Exactly.
So, but here's a question for you, brother. When you're traveling by yourself though, and you can't share the food with the people you love, it's a question I have for you. Do you sit at the bar, or do you get your own table, or maybe it's a mix and match?
I'm actually, and this may surprise you, I am, and I think this is because of the nature of what I do. Like, I'll go to a place and speak to 50 people, 100 people, 1,000 people. So I'm very like, call, order, pick up, back to the hotel. I live for that moment. Back in the hotel, like, you know, and sometimes things don't travel as well as they could, you know, or they mess your order up. But I'm very back to the hotel. There are some places I go to, like when I'm in Montgomery. There's one spot I go to, and I go and I sit in there because it's a place to be. Montgomery, Alabama. You know, I sit because it's the people, it's a conversation. You know, so when it's like that, but when you know, this is my extroverted, introverted self. When I'm like, I don't know everybody, and also it happens to me. People walk up to me when I have a conversation, and my food gets cold, and I don't enjoy it. So I don't want to disturb you, but can I talk to you about what you saw this evening? I'm like, sure. And then I'm talking and watching my food get chilly. You know, so I'm very like ducking. I'll even like sit in my car and be like, they said 10 minutes. Okay, hi, can I have my order and run back out? Because it's just, you know, that's just the nature of speaking to a room full of people you haven't interacted with personally. You know, so every once in a while though, but when I do go, if I do stay, I'm at the bar. But that's out of for every 10 times, 2 times I stay and sit at the bar. How about you?
It's good. It depends. So a couple of things. One, I used to sit at the bar sometimes because I think it's easy to get to it. Usually it's not a wait, usually. And I don't want to take up space either. Just go hop there, sit there. But then I've had a couple of encounters. Well, not a couple of encounters. I've 2 things that made me change my mind and think differently about that. One was Dick Gregory, the late great Dick Gregory, was like, listen, whenever I go out, I sit in a booth by myself or at a table by myself because you can control who sits next to you. And it's like that way, because we sit down at a bar, and the other part is like, there's been times I've been out, whether it was in Minnesota, Michigan, etc. I'm sitting down at the bar. Some people come and sit down next to me, and you want to have this conversation, or a conversation might go left, or somebody trying to hit on you, or all this other stuff. It's like, I'm good. Like, I'm really good. So thinking about that, like I switched it up. I switch up the game sometimes. So it depends on the spot. If the bar is empty, or if it's a spot that people vibing and feel like it's comfortable. Otherwise, like, and if there's no bar, for sure. Like, I remember I was in Atlanta. I said at Gladys Knight's Chicken and Waffles, table for one, please. And the table gonna be full because I'm getting everything.
Right, exactly.
I'm getting everything. But like, just thinking about that piece. So, as much as I can limit the conversation that I have to have with folks.
I hear that. I need to thank you for that. I learned, look at that. I got a new, thank you for Dick Gregory. Thank you for your experience. I got a new way to approach. That makes total sense. Because when I go to because I'm all for eating in airports, and the good thing is there's some new spots. Well, there were new spots in airports that were doing like the thing. Like some airports were like doing the thing and like look it up. There's a Wolfgang spot in a couple spots around the country that popped up. There are these like artisanal farm to table spots. Places like the San Francisco airport. Tons of choices, and some parts of LaGuardia, not all of it. Some parts of LaGuardia. You know who airport has good food?
What
is oh gosh, I'm blanking on it. But I gotta look south. Portland has good food. Oh, Denver.
Oh yeah.
Denver hooks it up. Denver and then Memphis. Woo, Memphis.
Word.
But there's a barbecue spot in Memphis called Salt Lick.
Oh, I remember you talking about that. Yes.
They got a spot in the airport. And you're thinking like, it's the airport, they're not gonna translate it. Nah. It's just as good as a store. Right. I need to wrap this out and get to the market.
All right. Final question. Close on. This is the final question to close on. In terms of your travels, brother, or something that you just had recently, whatever, one thing that you ate that makes you want to slap somebody.
In terms of my travel, one thing that made me slap somebody. I'm gonna go a little off. You may be surprised. So in Montgomery, Alabama. Montgomery, Alabama. I had one, but then I had a second one. So I'm a cheat. Because my go-to, like it's my tradition when I'm on my civil rights tours, the last night is in Montgomery, and I always go to the spot. And it's an Italian pizza spot. And they have this spicy shrimp pasta dish with red sauce. And I don't know what they do, but it's delicious. It has like slices of garlic that are roasted properly. It's just delicious. Big old shrimp, It's so good. It's one big old obscene bowls, because Montgomery, they feed you. So that's my little spot. I get that, and I get a drink, and then I get a wine with it. And that's like my the trip is done, yay,
Okay.
But the Brian Stevenson and his people have opened up this they modeled it after the food that people were eating during the civil rights. So they have this this kitchen. The iced tea. They got Kool-Aid. They got Kool-Aid in one of the things. Like how it's like the soda machine and then that big white plastic with the ice.
Stop it.
And they got one that's it's like cherry Kool-Aid, grape Kool-Aid. I was like, I love y'all. I love y'all. But the food, and I've had different plates there. But they had strawberry cake with the icing, and man, oh man, I'm a sweet and dessert person. That cake, I was like, I got my little food. I got some lima beans. I'm trying to be good. I got some roasted chicken. I've been on the road all week. I'm like, I don't need any more fried food. They had roasted chicken. They had lima beans, and some rice and gravy. And then I was like, oh, I get some iced tea. I'm like, oh, y'all have cake? Well, yeah, you have a piece of cake. And I got that cake and I ate my food and that's the first bite and I went, ooh, like that in the restaurant. You're like, you okay, sir? And I was like, I'm fine. I was embarrassed. The cake, it was so, I don't know, it had little pieces of strawberries in it. And it wasn't like Duncan Hines. It was like somebody was in the back making cake batter and they had cut it up. And I don't usually find myself, I'm like, I don't want no food with food coloring in it, cake, da da da. I don't know what they did, but that strawberry cake, maybe because the whole meal was so great, maybe because of where it was. But the food in the food down south, period. And then see, when I go to Mississippi into the Delta, we visited a woman named Miss Mary Hoover. And she makes, we were in a museum because like in a Delta, it's hard for us to get a spot to feed that many people. So we rent out the museum, they put us in the back room, and she just cooks. And she always makes ribs, which are the most amazing ribs in the world. She makes this lemon chicken dish. She does yams, and she does her collard greens with no meat. I don't know what she do, but it is so good. That whole meal, that whole meal. And yes, of course, multiple plates of cornbread. And I love it. They have sweet and unsweet iced tea, and the unsweetened iced tea is like Philadelphia sweet tea. Like it's regular. That's the unsweet, but the sweet tea, woo, you have to cut it. So good. Yeah, there've been a number of different. But I'm gonna try. I mentioned all those, but I'm for today because I was thinking about that today. That strawberry cake, because this is the time of year I'd be on one of my trips right now. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
It would just be ending. I would just be flying home today on one of my trips. At this time of year, because it's October. It's mid-October. I'll be coming in front of my trips right now. Oh yeah, that strawberry cake at Brian Stevenson's Equal Justice Initiative. They have a kitchen. Woo! And it's cheap too. It's reasonable. Kool-Aid. I've never seen Kool-Aid in the same soda, iced tea, Kool-Aid, and water too if you want some water. Yeah. How about you? Do you have what's your slap somebody?
I got a lot.
I'm sure.
You got the hood classics, and then you got the ones that are a little bit more travel. I think the ones that readily come to mind. I'm thinking about the time Amanda and I spent in New Orleans.
Oh, forget about it.
Yo, I'll fight somebody, trip somebody, kick somebody, slap somebody. This is all hypothetically speaking.
Voodoo, put some voodoo on them.
Oh, listen, what? I'll put a hex on you. I'll put a spell on you for some fresh beignets from Cafe Du Monde with some frozen ice like coffee. Like what? And then Willie Mae's Scotch House, the fried chicken, yo. And Dookie Chase's brunch, where you could keep going back up to get more. Stop it. Then we went to this place called Niao's, and they had some cornbread stuffing that was. Listen, when you put cornbread stuffing, and then I had a place that was like cornbread stuffing, but there was a little bit of apple in it too. But it wasn't like sweet. It just gave it a little bit of. Good brother, good brother, good brother, good brother. I've had burgers. I told you about that burger in Georgia. Yeah, it was a burger in between two donuts. The bread was 2 glazed donuts. I kid you not. It was the Luther. I had the Luther.
Danger. Good trouble.
Good trouble and good eats. Let's toast to that.
I didn't. And pour a little bit more.
I was making sure. I was like, my hand was twitching over there. I was like, let me
just get enough for a toast. Right. That's just monkey shoulder. I'm telling you.
Yeah, brother. I think we got a name. Good trouble and good eats, brother.
Exactly.
Good trouble and good. It's a good trouble, good eats, and all the laughs that we share.
All the above. Toast to it all. That's 27. Okay. Monkey shoulder. Wow.
That's good. Woo.
I think we did it again.
Yes, we did. Brown Juice Barbershop.
In the place to be. You got that fire inside your chest.
You know.
I ain't
Full
mad.
steam ahead.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, until next time, stay healthy,
Right on.
stay sharp, drink neat.
Yes.
Peace.
Peace. Brown Juice Barbershop. We did it again.
We out.